Okay, so guys, tomorrow is the D-Day. Tomorrow is the D-Day. I don't know why I am happy, but trust me, I'm one person very happy for this election that is happening tomorrow. I have wished, I have prayed for a better Nigeria. And for some reason, I have these positive vibes and feeling that a better Nigeria is coming and it's coming this year. So I am very glad, I'm very happy. Although I will not participate in the election because presently I'm not in Nigeria, but I am looking forward to it and I am rooting, rooting so much for Peter Obi. And I have so many reasons why. I have so many reasons why Peter Obi is the best man for me, for that country. My opinion, the reason why he's the best. And I will tell you about it very soon. Before I even say anything about my reasons why I think and I believe that Peter Obi is the man for the job, I have a story to tell. I graduated my first degree. I graduated 2015, December 2015, and I went for service 2016, around June. Yes, June 2016. And honestly, my service year was a very wonderful year for me because the local government wasn't paying, the state government wasn't paying, the local government wasn't paying. We're only getting paid from federal government. And my time of service, we're paid 19,800, like you all know. But I survived. Now, my reason for surviving was because I worked in a school, and even if I wasn't getting paid by the school, I I was allowed to organize extramural lessons and classes after school. So I had these extra classes I do after school, mathematics, because I was a mathematics teacher, so I organized some mathematics lessons for my students, and I was getting paid for each student, then 1,000, and then I had like 30 students. So for a term, I always get 30,000 from um my students because I had more than 30 students. So you can imagine approximately 35,000. And I was also running some home lessons as well. And the home lessons I was running for a month, for one student a month, 25,000. And I had three students I was teaching at home then. So it was fun for me because I was seeing this money coming. It was stressful, yes, but it was fun because I love to see myself work and get paid for it. And I was seeing this money coming. And then this money was a great deal. It was a very big thing for me then because that was like the first time I'm actually working for my money. I wasn't collecting money from my parents or anything. I was working for my money. So I was very happy that, oh, I'm working. And at that time, I was looking forward to working, like getting a real job and working and getting paid every month in Nigeria. So I thought there was something better for me out there, maybe after service and stuff like that. And I was really waiting and hoping patiently. And then after my service, I got my certificates. And even when they asked me to stay back, I told them no, I needed to travel back to my base and look for something to do. Hoping I was going to get something to do. Even if I knew, I heard stories, that it was very difficult to get a job. But I was like, I'm a graduate, and not just a graduate that knows what she or that knows what she read in school. So I was very positive that I would get something, at least a bank job. Even if I didn't like bank jobs, I didn't like bank jobs because I felt like for a woman, bank jobs isn't so good. But I wanted to start with it. Maybe when I get married, I would leave it or something like that. So my mind was, okay, let me get a bank job now. When I get married, I can leave it because I would want to have more time for my family, and stuff like that. So I was very hopeful. I was very, very hopeful. And then I left Enugu because I started in Enugu. I left Enugu. I came back to my base and I started job hunting. I hunted and hunted and hunted for a long time. Guys, you won't even understand. I hunted for a long time. Well, God willing, 2017 actually. I hunted for some months, not really for a long time. But why I'm saying for a long time is because the job I finally got wasn't what I wanted. Now, 2017, I enrolled in a training, this computer coding training for girls. I saw a free online application for to learn coding for girls. It was an NGO then that organized this program for girls. It's I can remember the name of the NGO was, I don't know if it's still existing, but it was Visiola Foundation, and they organized this online coding training for girls then. And I was like, instead of me staying at home doing nothing, let me enroll. Let me go into this program and know what's happening, what is going on there. And then I went into the program. The program was to last for how many months? I think 3 months or so. I can't really remember, but I enrolled in that for that program. I wrote the exams. I passed. I was selected to go for the training, and then I went for the training for a couple of months. And in the training, we had this company where we're doing the training under their roof. So they came and spoke with us, and along the line asked us to apply for people who wanted to be a trainee in that company. The company is an IT company. And I applied, and I went for the interview, and I was selected to be a trainee, a business developer, a trainee in the IT company. And that was how I started working with them. Now I worked there for, they told us that after 6 months we're going to be converted to, a permanent, to be converted to permanent staffs, depending on how well we have worked out and stuff like that. So I was hopeful. I was working with them and working with them, and I was paid as low as 30,000. In fact, my salary wasn't, let me not call it salary, my stipend wasn't up to 30,000, because they were removing, in fact, they removed VAT, value added tax from my stipend. So I was collecting or getting around 28,900 and something or so, around that every month. And I was working from morning till evening, till 5 or 6. Sometimes, in fact, I can remember so many times we worked even till 9 p.m. at night, especially when we had a deal or a proposal we were supposed to submit, and the deadline was that day, things like that. So it was really, really something else, a graduate like me. And I wasn't okay with it. And at that point, I was also applying for traveling outside the country to do my master's, and I did a lot of applications then. I was also doing applications even in Nigeria, and I had a friend, I had a boyfriend then that advised me to to go ahead with my master's program in Nigeria if the one abroad isn't working. And the one in Nigeria worked, and I got the admission for my master's program, and I left the company, the IT company, and I went for my program in Nigeria. I went for my master's program, and in 2018, around roughly around August, I think around August, July, August was when I went for my master's program. Now, even in my master's program, I was job hunting as well, because it was difficult for me to be bored or to be lonely doing nothing, just studying. I didn't want to continue collecting and getting money from my parents. I just didn't like it. So it was very difficult for me, to be very honest. But I went for my program, I job hunted, and I didn't get a job. I didn't get a job. I didn't get a good job. In fact, there was a company, a bank. In fact, what am I even saying? Even after I finished my NYSC program, I can remember applying for so many bank jobs. I applied for so many. I wrote so many online tests. As a matter of fact, I wrote an online test, two online tests from Fidelity Bank and Heritage Bank. I got my results immediately after writing the test. One, I got 81%. The other one, I think 85 to 89%. I can't remember, but they were all in the range of 80 something percent. And I was like, this is a good score. I should be called for interview. And I was never called. I was never called. And I went for my master's program, and I kept on applying for bank jobs. And I saw one marketing job that they were offering to pay me, a master's in view student, 15,000 naira. And they were promising that it will increase along the line depending on the customers you bring. I'm like, what? I suffered though when it comes to job. I suffered. Honestly, I was in Nigeria like this. I didn't like this. What is happening? But to cut the long story short, Um, I am valued somewhere that is not even my country. What I could not achieve in my country for how many years? For 7 years, 7 years after my graduation. What I could not achieve in 7 years after graduating, I achieved it in 3 months in another man's land. I left Nigeria June 2022. And in August, I got a befitting job that was paying me far more than what someone who is working in a very mighty international firm is getting. And it can only be one thing: bad governance, bad leadership, no form of keeping rules or regulation, corruption in the highest order. It can only be that. It can only be that, nothing else. Nothing else. And so, back to what I'm talking about. This is the reason why I am very glad about this election, this coming election. I am glad because for the first time in my life, I feel like there is liberation coming. I feel like there is hope for Nigerians. For the first time in my entire life, I'm not kidding, I am feeling this conviction that God has finally remembered us and He has given us someone who would liberate this country for the best. For the first time in my entire life. And I am so keen, I'm so strong in this. I'm so strong to believe that it is Peter Obi. This man has vision for this country. He has dreams. He has plans. Why not give him a chance to prove himself? I cannot continue voting for the same people. Why can't I change? This man knows what he's talking about. He's focused. He's not confused. We have laughed enough. Comedy is too much for us. We have laughed. In fact, if we want to laugh more, there's a lot of content creators and comedy online. We can laugh as much as we want. We don't want a president who would keep making us laugh. And making us laugh, and then the country is going down like this. We don't want that. Peter Obi is the man for the job. He's competent. He's focused. His past record speaks volume. So what are we even saying? This is our chance to make Nigeria great. And I'm so glad that it is coming tomorrow. And by the special grace of God, the man Nigerians want is going to be the man to climb that seat. No matter the kind of mago-mago or kukre anybody wants to play. So I'm glad. I'm one happy soul. And I'll be happier if Peter Obi wins. And God willing, he will win. And when he does, I'll be here again to show my happy face. So, Nigeria, congratulations. My congratulations is coming early because I am positive. So congratulations on your new president that is going to change this country, Peter Obi. He will do it. He has done it before and he will do it again. So let us go out there and vote. And please, when voting, please look at that logo that has Papa, Mama, Pikin. Now that place you go put your hand vote. I beg. No make mistake. When you want fold paper, fold am well. No go fold paper in such a way say your paint will come touch another candidate's paint. Fold the paper. I think I saw a video like that. This is the paper, right? You don't fold the paper like this. Don't fold the paper like this. Fold it like this. Fold it like this. After you must have kept your fingers or your fingerprint on Peter Obi Labour Party. Then you fold the paper like this, not like this. Please, please. And then put it in the ballot box. And come out fulfilled. Come out happy. Come out proud of yourself. Thank you. And have a lovely day. Goodbye.